What's going on, everybody? How are we doing? In today's video, we are doing a donation request. This is for John. John asked for Stanley Jordan performing Lady in My Life, the Michael Jackson tune off of Thriller. If you're new here, please subscribe. Check out my videos, all kinds of videos, reaction videos, bass videos, music videos. Check it out. If you like the channel, you want to support the channel, all kinds of ways, you can hit super thanks underneath this video. You can hit me direct in the description. I got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Amazon wishlist, mailing address, and I do donation request videos. So if there's something you want me to listen to, watch, talk about, question, anything, hit me direct, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. In the notes section, leave a description, leave a link. Let me know what you want the video to be on, and I'll make the video. Okay, cool. Yeah. You know, I've heard of Stanley Jordan, but I'm not familiar with Stanley Jordan, like, nearly at all. I imagine I've heard him play before, somewhere, unknowingly, I'm sure, and I recognize the name. I know he's, like, does tapping, is that right? Like, lots of crazy tapping or something like that? Am I right about that? But I've never seen, I'm really not familiar with it, so this is going to be new to me. And, you know, it's Michael Jackson, King of Pop, right? Okay, so I'm not one of those. I can separate everything. Michael Jackson's incredible, okay? That's what we're checking out. Let's get into this. Bam.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bernard Wright on the keyboards.
Okay, some band intro.
JT Lewis on the drums. Yossi Fine on the bass.
Nice. if you're like a guitar player, they say to like learn piano, and like vice versa. It was just a thing, like my dad used to say when I was younger, and other people also, that like guitar and piano, because it's all like right there, but they're not the same. But the difference is, on piano there's only one middle C. But on like bass, there's like 4. Or however many, depending on strings you have and all that kind of, you know, there's the same note on all the strings depending on the note, right? People that play will know what I'm talking about. It's nearly all tapping. Nearly all. And this is all very like Benson, you know, like, but not, you know, it's not strumming octaves. It's tapping octaves. Nice. Cool. Yeah, I had this is my first experience with Stanley Jordan, really. Very cool. Yeah, very cool, very interesting technique, just like like nearly all tapping. This to me is smooth jazz. This sounds like smooth jazz, it feels like smooth jazz, it's smooth jazz, right? I don't have a problem with smooth jazz. I'm totally cool with smooth jazz. I like the vibe. I like the soloing. I studied with a smooth jazz saxophone player, improvisation. I studied with Walter Beasley for a long while, improvisation, because, you know, I'm a bass player. I'm not the greatest improviser. I'm better at it, you know, now, and like as I, you know, the thing about improvisation and like people that improvise is that they improvise all the time. Like guitar players, saxophone players, horn players, like all that kind of thing. That's like, they have opportunities in like damn near every song to improvise. Where bass, that's not your role. It's just not. It's not your role to improvise in a solo kind of way. I love improvising. I improvise every single song, everything I play. But I like it in the context of a band. So I more like improvisation like James Jamerson, you know, like don't give me a solo. You don't need to give me a solo. I'm playing over your solo. I'm soloing over your solo, basically. In a way, you know, and like in the verses or in the chord, you know, like in all these sections. That's how I like to play. That being said, you know, I mean, I've posted solos, you know, like some are better than others. Some nights I'm better at it than other nights. And I know that that's the case for everybody, because not every solo can be your best solo ever. It's just not like that, especially if you're improvising. If you're somebody like in a rock band or a metal band or something like that, and you're like writing your solos, you know, like those cats that like write their solos and they perform basically the same solo each time. You know, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literally improvising. You're playing something different each time for the most part. Anyways, I'm forgetting why I'm saying all that. I'm saying all that to say I'm totally down with and cool with smooth jazz. This is smooth jazz. It's not jazz to me, like in the kind of way that I think of jazz when I think of like swinging. These guys aren't swinging. They're grooving, right? To me, that's the difference in smooth jazz and jazz. That's not to say that you can't swing on a song that isn't a swing song or a jazz song. You can, because that's like a feel, but hopefully you get what I'm saying and why I'm saying this is smooth jazz, it's not jazz. You know, when I think of jazz, I think Blue Note. You know, and this is more ECM, which is also jazz, but it's like a type of jazz. It's like, it's almost like Pat Metheny is a type of jazz, like where Pat Metheny is more like ECM, right? Keith Jarrett is more like ECM. Miles Davis, Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter, Lee Morgan, Freddie Hubbard. These guys are Blue Note, hard bop, all that kind of stuff. I like that. I really like that. There's some ECM that I like, for sure. I like Pat Metheny. Pat Metheny to me is like Pat Metheny music, though. Like, he's created his own kind of genre style within it, you know? Like, there are those artists where it's that kind of thing, kind of like Dave Matthews Band music. What is that? It's Dave Matthews Band music. It's like their thing, right? So, anyways, this was really cool. Very cool. Obviously super talented. Very unique style. Had those like George Benson octaves, but tapping. So it wasn't like, you weren't getting the same attack. It was kind of softer, right? Does that make sense? It was kind of softer because it wasn't being strummed with a pick. It was being tapped. So like you're getting your finger pads on all the notes, so it felt softer. Still very cool. Very cool. Very interesting to see. Very unique style. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Sean. Awesome. I will catch you guys in the next video.